You also was on Nickelodeon with Nick Cannon and Amanda Bynes.
Oh yeah.
How'd you get that opportunity? Because you've had a lot of you've been in some great situations, Gabe.
So in 2000, I want to say it was 1999, 2000,
Okay.
I was on a show, basically the Saturday Night Live version for kids
Yes.
on Nickelodeon called All That.
Yes.
This show featured Amanda Bynes, Nick Cannon, Kenan Thompson, who's I think holds a record for most sketches now on SNL.
Yeah.
You know, it was, I want to say season 6? Basically, Kenan and Kel, they spun off and did their own show called Kenan and Kel on Nickelodeon.
Correct. Yep.
So they left All That, and they needed somebody to come in and fill in. And someone had seen me at the Laugh Factory doing stand-up, and they recommended me to Tolan Robbins, who's the producers of the show.
Okay.
And so next thing you know, I'm at Nickelodeon, and I'm in an office, and it's me and my manager, and I'm sitting there, and they're like, okay, so you're Gabriel, you're funny, someone saw you, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, they said you're good at characters. And they said, can you do some characters for us? And then I just started rattling off basically my set. I was doing, the girl voice, like, oh my God, like, seriously? Like, wow. And as soon as I did the girl voice, they're like, and then I just started doing other voices. I was doing, I think, the president, like, oh, let me tell you something right now. Just all those little things I was doing. I remember they all looked at each other. And next thing you know, I was on the set. And I was the oldest cast member, because you got to figure, I was about 21 already. No, 2000, shoot, I was 24, 25.
Yeah.
And everyone on the show was like, 12 to 17. But at the time, I had, it was clean cut, full head of hair. I had braces. So that really fed into the whole looking youthful.
Yeah.
And so next thing you know, I'm on the show. And I went from being a comic on the weekends, making, I don't know, maybe $300-400 on the weekends if I hit a bunch of clubs and stuff. So all of a sudden I'm a cast member on all that, and I was making about $3,500 a weekend. And so my life dramatically changed. And it was just like, whoo, I had a TV the next weekend. It was really cool. I didn't have a TV yet.
When you see you work close, like I said, you work with Nick, and Nick, you see with Nick with Wildin' Out, and he has other projects. But Amanda Bynes is kind of falling on some hard times. She's kind of going through some tough. Have you, from that point on, did you ever reach out to her? Have you ever been in communication with Amanda?
So early on with Amanda, she was the golden goose on the show. She was incredibly talented. I remember attending a live Nickelodeon event, and she was hosting it, and I felt like she must have been maybe 11 or 12 years old. And the amount of poise and confidence that she had hosting with a microphone, the way that she worked the microphone, the way that she worked the audience, and she was able to read a teleprompter like with ease. Like she's such a pro. So when I actually got to meet her, even though I was older, I was very intimidated by her. I was just like, oh, that's her.
Wow.
And I remember seeing her in makeup, and I was just kind of like real small talk. So unfortunately, I never became really good friends with her. Not that we couldn't be friends.
Right.
I just always felt like, man, she's right here,
up here and
I'm right here.
Yeah.
And I just got this job, you know. Try to mess that up.
Right.
Shoot your shot on PrizePicks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right. PrizePicks is now giving away $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. PrizePicks makes every dunk, every dive, every board even more exciting. So don't miss a chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. March is officially here, which means the best time of year for all you basketball fans. The madness is upon us, and the league is in the final stretch before the playoffs. Find your community on PrizePicks with new social features. You can share PrizePicks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow PrizePicks partners like us and tailor fade our picks just with one click. Get in on the action at PrizePicks. It's now available in all 50 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just download the PrizePicks app today. Use code Shannon to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Shannon to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
I clicked more with Nick. Nick was super cool. Nick was always inviting me out to eat. We were on Sunset on Nickelodeon at the studio, and he'd always take me and Danny Tamborelli to go eat at Carl's Jr., which was on the corner.
Right.
And he's like, I got it, guys. And I'm like, all right, you got it. And I was so excited. I'm like, yay, free food.
When Kenan and Kel left, did that add pressure to you because you know you were coming in to replace those guys who had been hugely successful on the show? So did that add pressure to you? Like, damn.
Yeah, that was a lot of pressure because they had one person replaced too. You know, so it's like, ugh. And I kept hearing it. You're like, oh, this is the guy that they brought in to replace the two.
Yes.
And then part of me was like, all right. Well, why isn't there another guy here?
Yeah.
You know?
Or why did I get okay? It's two guys. Why did I get double salary?
You know, but they were incredibly talented. I enjoyed watching Kenan and Kel both.
Right.
The chemistry was amazing, and that's why they got their show.
Right.
So I was just again happy to be part of the mix. So, you want to hear why I didn't get another season?
Right.
All right, here we go. This is a good story. I'm about to hit you with a good one.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't want you to drink alone.
No. Believe me, I think I got somebody showing up in a few minutes to drive that Sienna. Okay, Shan.
Yeah, I appreciate you. So,
And by the way, can I just say, as a Raider fan, you made my team cry many times. So
I could see you being a Raiders fan.
yeah.
Yeah, you probably would.
It's coming out now. I wasn't gonna say shit earlier, but I'm like, yeah.
You would not use that to Coliseum. You was at the Coliseum once.
Yeah, in Oakland.
Yeah. Oh, you used to go up to Oakland
I would go to Oakland, and then
because you know they were in the Coliseum for a long. Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Okay.
So you got fired.
So one on Nickelodeon on all that. Because of the fact that I could do the girl voice, they loved dressing me up, putting wigs and skirts and stuff. I could hear Katt already. There's another one, boo-boo. There's another one. Yeah, they got me in a dress, Katt. Sorry. So they would always dress me up with the wig and the skirt and stuff. And so on one episode, they had me dressed up as a cheerleader. And so I had like the pigtails and then the bangs and stuff like that, pom-poms, the socks with the little ball in the back.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So they had me dressed up like that. I'd done a sketch, and then at the end of the show, they have the musical guest. The musical guest goes out there, and then after they're done singing, the whole cast runs out on the set. Hey, that's our show. Have a good night. We'll see you next week. More all that. So there was an order in which everybody runs out on the set. It's always the shortest all the way to the tallest. So I was always second to last because Nick was the tallest.
Right.
And so the band finishes, and then we all start running out onto the set. Well, I'm running out, right? And because of the fact that I have bangs, I can't see that there's a beam going across the stage. There was these beams. And I ran right into the beam and knocked myself unconscious on the set of all that. And so, boom, hit the floor. I wake up, and there's a fireman standing over me. And he's looking at me, and he's like, how many fingers am I holding up? And I'm like, 4. He's like, do you know where you're at? And I'm like, Nickelodeon. He's like, do you know why you're wearing a skirt? I'm like, paycheck. And so I'm trying to stand up, but they won't let me stand up.
Right.
I just knocked myself unconscious, and then I'm trying to take off my wig, and they won't let me take off the wig because they think maybe the wig might be holding something in place.
Right.
So what happens is they got the whole freaking ambulance and everything. They put me on a gurney, and they take me to the hospital. And
you still got costume on. You still got the wig. You still got the cheerleading outfit, the pick.
So all my family and friends because they had a live studio audience, they all just saw me get knocked unconscious, and now basically it's an ambulance, and I can see out the back of the ambulance because I'm laying there, and I see all the cars of my family and friends following the ambulance. We get to the hospital, and of course, they put me in the donut. They start doing a scan to make sure I'm okay, and then eventually they're like, okay, he's got a concussion. So I had a concussion. They took off the thing. And word gets out that there's an entertainer who suffered a head injury at the Nickelodeon lot with the last name Iglesias. So people think that Enrique Iglesias was hurt And now there's all these news stations showing up to the hospital to see if Enrique's okay, not realizing that it's a
Gabriel.
fat dude in a skirt. So, unfortunately, which really left a bad taste in my mouth, which is why I never did any of the reunion shows, is that they sent someone there to with a clipboard to get me to sign
A waiver.
saying that Nickelodeon's not responsible for the fact that I got injured on the set. And I'm like, so the guy's just there. He's like, you got to sign this. And I'm just like, well, what if I don't? And they're like, well, you're probably going to get fired. And so I'm like, they threatened me with that. And then I sign it. And then they fired me anyway. So, yeah.
Dirty. That's a dirty.
Dirty.
That's
So
a
when they
dirty
say, how
business.
come you never did none of the reunions? Because that's what happened. But it's okay because, things turned out all right.
Right.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because we like to do something before two something.